Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Midnight Hunt draft here on the channel. My name is Nikolai, and in this video, I'm going to be going pick by pick and play by play through a Midnight Hunt draft, talking through all of my decisions so you can know what to do in your own Midnight Hunt drafts. Before I get to the draft, though, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more content, and leave a comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. You can even check out the Twitch stream live at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. We've opened up a very powerful mythic in the form of Sigardian Savior. So basically, you play this, and you not only get a 3/3 flyer, but you can even get up to 4 extra mana worth of spells. So very, very powerful in the right spot. And even if you're only getting back 1/2 drop, it's still good. And then the fail case of just a 5 mana 3/3 flyer is also solid. So very easy first pick here. If I wasn't taking that, there are some options to consider. I like the Purifying Dragon. It can eat those like zombie tokens and then ping things down. Especially like the Disturb half often has like 1 toughness, so like for Morning Apparition, that sort of card. There's like a decent number of 1 toughness things or zombies. The Nebelgast Intruder has been impressive to me. And then Cathar's Commander is a reasonable common. Eaten Alive is a pretty good common as well. So maybe I would go like Sigardian Savior, Purifying Dragon, Nebelgast Intruder, Eaten Alive, Cathar Commander, and then Village Watch is reasonable too for a werewolf deck. But it is a little bit small at 5 mana, so you really need to get the night mode enabled. So we started with a very powerful rare. This means I would like to play white, which means I'm going to bias towards white with my cards. So like if I have a choice between a solid card and an even slightly worse white card, I'll take the white card. Here though, it's just an easy light up the night. We just get a fantastic removal spell / burn spell for the face. Like it scales really well. So you can deal like 1 mana to deal 1 damage, 2 mana to deal 2 damage because it's like X+1 because if you're killing a creature, which you're usually going to be killing. And so that's just really nice. It can just scale for exactly what you need. 4 mana, deal 4. You never have to overpay, really. You're just generally trading even on mana. And you can even burn face, which is a really powerful aspect of the card. I also like Shadow Beast Sighting. That's probably the next best card in the pack. I don't love the Beloved Beggar as much, partly because it just it doesn't necessarily play well in an aggressive shell. And a lot of white decks are aggressive. Awakener is pretty good with the Beloved Beggar. This is a reasonable card. But I like the Shadow Beast Sighting after the Light of the Night. And then maybe the Awakener. Or maybe I would try the Beggar out, but I just don't think it necessarily plays as well. But we have started off with 2 good cards. Wow, and a third one. Wow, Malevolent Hermit is very good. There's also Organ Hoarder in this pack. There's a lot of good blue cards here. Man. This is a really good pack for blue. There's a Phantom Carriage, Gale Drifter. I think, okay, so we're just going to identify. I think the Malevolent Hermit is the best blue card in the pack. I think it's better than the Phantom Carriage, just because it's a 2-drop that also gives you a reasonable 3-drop. So, pretty nice early play. So I think this is the best blue card. Phantom Carriage, close second. I think Organ Hoarder is also close. Because they're all 2-for-1s, essentially. Like, this one is a very good flyer, but they're all 2-for-1s essentially, but this one's the cheapest one to cast on the front half. It's just a rare good card. I'm going to take it here. I think it's better than Organ Hoarder, at least right now. Phantom Carriage is also up there. Those are the 3. I think taking Organ Hoarder was probably incorrect here, but I don't know how incorrect it would be. And now we get the Organ Hoarder. Unfortunately, we did pass a couple good blue cards in that pack because it was just so stacked for blue. I don't really think about that, though, generally when I'm making picks. It doesn't generally have a huge impact on my decision-making process because with regards to what I'm passing, I know that in pack 3 I'm going to get passed to by the same person. So if blue's open, even if the person to my left cuts me off in pack 2, I'll still be fine in pack 3. It's a pretty easy Organ Hoarder here. It's the best card in the pack by a mile. Sunset Revelry is not really my favorite because you never know exactly what you're going to get out of it, and cards like that are unreliable in a lot of spots. Lambhole Terrier. Kind of a follow-up to my red card. I haven't seen any really good white cards. Organ Hoarder is a good follow-up to the Malevolent Hermit pick. Here's another spot where it's like, well, I think that the Search Party Captain going with Sigardian Savior is really good, but I think Organ Hoarder is just a better card by a lot because you get more card selection, and I've just taken a bunch of blue cards, and also the like Captain, you kind of have to be attacking for it to get its stuff, and it's got less power. So yeah, I like the Organ Hoarder better. Baithook Angler is also a solid 2-drop. Shadow Beast Sighting is good as well. So we're seeing some green here with the Beast Sighting and the Timberland Guide. We're seeing a little bit of white, not a ton of red after that past Light of the Night. But Working Horde is good. Wow, this card is really good if you can cast it, but we are like miles from being able to cast it. If we had gotten it earlier, we could have maybe tried to build around it, but I don't think it's worth taking here. Quad green is just so much green. Firmament Sage is the only blue card in the pack. We don't currently need it, though. We already have 2 4-drops that get us card advantage, and I don't think we need another one. I would rather just take the Consider to help me dig towards like my bomb rare if I do end up being able to play white or my Light of the Night or whatever I end up needing, and filling my graveyard at the same time. A 4-drop that gets slow card advantage is just so much worse than a card that immediately gets the advantage. Okay. And now we still have options here. We could take a white card here, like Unruly Mob, and just be like, well, I have this Guardian Savior. It's a nice card to get back with this Guardian Savior. But I would rather just get deeper into blue because I did open this really powerful mythic, but white has not seemed particularly open. And if I'm really heavy in blue, I can be flexible to opening up another good card in pack 2 or getting past a really good card in pack 2. Hull is also reasonable, but I was going to take Startle. I think it's pretty fine one of in a lot of decks. Arcane Infusion could be good in some builds, but not really mine. I don't really have enough instants and sorcerers right now. And I don't know if I'm playing blue-red. I'm just going to take the Angler. I really like that card. I could take Devious Cover-Up. Go for a little bit of a loop control deck. Commander does go well with the Savior, though, and wheeling one is nice, and getting a 2-drop is nice. So I think it's between the Cover-Up and the Cathar Commando, pretty much. I think Morning Patrol is a little bit slower. And I don't love Secrets. But I'm going to take the Cathar Commando. I wouldn't mind playing blue-white. And now Shadow Beast Sighting. We're just leaving ourselves open to a lot of options here. Getting this super late. Pretty crazy. Take the Unblinking Observer, just a good blue 2-drop. There was a Might of Old Ways in that pack. Don't love the Bramble Armor, but we are getting a late green card here. Dryad's Revival. What does this do? Graveyard to hand. Not really a huge fan of it. It's a bit expensive for what it does. Okay, well, as I said, we left ourselves open to opening a great blue card, a great card of any color, and then we just happened to get a ridiculous blue card. So we opened that really good blue card. So we're still flexible. So let's just pile these cards. So we've got a couple of white cards, couple of green cards, couple of red cards. We know we're playing blue. This is technically a playable green card, and having this card makes it a little bit better because then we can get it back. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 great blue cards, and we're about to get another one. Interesting, Scotty. Graph is good here. I don't really regret taking the Cathar Commando over the Devious Cover-Up, #1, but it would have given me a nice late game potential. Maybe I'll get some of these later. I don't really think I need to prioritize them. Phantom Carriage is a pretty nice top-end card too, but that would be a nice second pick out of this pack. Grafted Identity is just so good. Okay, so this is a tough spot because black did not seem open at all pack 1. It's the only color where we did not have any feelers into it whatsoever. However, we are seeing a very powerful black card in Infernal Grasp. And we're not seeing any hugely powerful cards in other colors. Duel for Dominance can be good, don't get me wrong. But that's much better if you're heavier green, where you care about like power manipulation. This is more of like a slow, grindy deck. And I could just reliably get like a bunch of black cards this pack, so I am going to take the Infernal Grasp here. I could also take Evolving Wilds, but I'm going to take the Infernal Grasp. And potentially just take a bunch of black cards in pack 2. If I get like 4 or 5 good black cards, I could go for yeah, it's a tricky spot, but I'm going to do it. Because I could potentially just get a bunch of good black cards this pack, and then just pick up some table scraps, pack 3 for black. There's an Ambush. There's also just Locked in the Cemetery. Just going to take that. There's also Olivia's Midnight Ambush, but I don't know I'm playing black, and I know I'm playing blue, so I'm just going to lock in the removal spell. Early Breaker is also pretty reasonable. It's more of a speculative pick. Evolving Wilds would be nice, don't get me wrong. That was the card I took it over. But I'm just going to take another blue card. That was a Moonrager Slash. We did get a last pick Electric Revelation, so maybe that means the red's going to be open. So Moonrager Slash is the best card here. I think I'm still supposed to take it over Evolving Wilds. Not really planning on doing a ton of splashing here. We'll take the Moonrager Slash. 3 mana, deal 3 is still just a good card. We have seen a lot of devious cover-ups. A lot of crimes being masked here. And then we'll just take the Revenge, I think. Get more instants and sorceries for if our deck cares about that. And also just take blue cards. Devious cover-up, we keep seeing those. Maybe we'll end up picking up 2 of those on the wheel or something, but I don't really care. There was a blue-green card in that pack as well. But I just want to take straight-up blue cards if I can. This could be good if I end up needing removal. Well, this game I have 2 Organ Hoarders and to consider to help me fill up my graveyard. Eaten Alive can be good, but I don't think I'm going to get there on the green cards. So I'm just going to take a Silver Bolt, which is a good removal spell for my blue deck that might lack removal. Okay, a lot of red-white cards. I'm just going to take Evolving Wilds. I do want to get Evolving Wilds. I think it'll help. It also helps fill my graveyard. It works with Eccentric Guy if I end up getting him. And there's no blue cards to take, so I'm just going to take that. Evolving Wilds. I do like having access to it. And now we get a Devious cover-up. I'm just going to take one now because if I get 2 of them, it gives me a game plan. I already have like Revenge of the Drowned, which it works really well with. Seeing a decent amount of green. I might be the only blue drafter if I'm wheeling Phantom Carriage. That's just kind of nutty. I do have a couple of Disturb cards to go get with it, which is nice. So this deck, I have a 12... I have 12 blue cards right now. I'm not going to play black, because black was not open pack 1. Howl of the Hunt might be... Duel for Dominance is probably better. I got the cards confused. I was thinking that this was Might for some reason. Duel is nice. Ooh, we get a Burly Breaker now. Blue-green is just looking very open here. Getting cards late. I could even splash this Infernal Grasp, or I could splash red for some stuff. I'm going to take Jack-o'-lantern for that reason. Helps me splash, and I don't need another random 5. He says that he almost proceeds to take the random 5. Candle Trap, wow. So we have still options to go into white. I think Candle Trap's better than the 3-1. Last pick Might of the Old Ways. Okay. So, what's our deck looking like right now? We're definitely playing blue, and then we're either playing probably red, or we're probably playing green or red, I would say, as a follow-up color. I don't love the Falcon Abomination in this deck because it's more of a defensive deck, and this is a much more aggressive card. Ardent Elementalist does have some good targets. I don't love Vadric. I don't have any stuff that cares about Night Day other than that. Kind of like the Fangblade Brigand. It's just the best card. But there's not a good green card or a blue card I'm super interested in. I think this card's better than this card. Celestis was pretty impressive for me when I had it in the draft the other day. Maybe not this deck. I like the Farmer. I'm going to have to pick my secondary color at some point here. The Farmer's really good. I think I'm just going to play blue-green. I have a lot of good blue-green cards. And they both seemed open. I'm not going to take the Vivisection, though. This card's pretty solid, but I'm just going to take the Farmer. Over the Evolving Wilds. Yeah, I'm just supposed to take Evolving Wilds. Do some sort of double splash situation. Okay. And let me get the Ludwig. I'm not going to be able to get that heavy of black in my deck, though. So let's just cut all the cards that are not blue-green, and then we'll sort by our curve here. So our deck is looking pretty good. We don't really need a 4-drop. We could use another 2-drop though, maybe. I also like Might of the Old Ways. And I can mill this thing. I'm just gonna take the Gale Drifter. Punished, as they say. Take a Jack-o'-lantern and then try to splash Infernal Grasp, maybe. There's also Path to the Festival. We meet again, Covetous Castaway. So Clear Shot. Clear Shot's got to be better. This card does synergize with, like the Shuffling Half can synergize with my deck a little bit. But removal is super valuable. In these colors especially. I like Nebelgast. I have 1, 2, 3 2-drops. So not the best number. But I am passing a lot of random Pestilent Wolves, so clearly I don't really care about it that much. Observer's nice. I don't need a second Devious Cover-Up. I'm not going to play the first one, I don't think. I don't think I need the loot to win. Yeah. Ooh, Death Bonnet Sprout. I have some good self-mill. I've got 2 of these guys. I got 1 of those. And it fuels some of my other cards. Vivisection, interesting. Might of the Old Ways. I'm just gonna take a 2-drop creature. Make sure I don't run out of 2-drops. Really came together there at the end. And then I can splash red for this thing if I want to. Or I can splash black for this thing. So let's just start off with no splashes, see how that looks. Hmm. This is my current build, it looks like. I need to cut some more cards, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have some decent stuff here. I think these cards are fine. This card's good. This card's good. Bounding Wolf is not the best. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-drops here, and a 1-drop. Hi, Limited Hindsight. Welcome. I could consider cutting a land, but I don't have the, like, extra mana production. I just have a consider. And these guys can tap for some things, but not a ton of them. Let's sort my removal in a separate pile, see how that looks. Removal. 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 Combat trick. Combat trick. Combat trick. Removal. Removal. So with all this removal, do I need Silverbolt? I kind of want to try Silverbolt. I haven't really seen it do much yet, though. Creature count 14. But it's also a creature, so keep that in mind. My creature count's a little bit higher than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have a 1-drop creature. I could cut a creature. which makes my Might of the Old Ways and Howl of the Hunts worse. I have good, decent late game stuff. Unblinking Observer. Disturb cost, instant or sorcery. I have 1, 2, 3 disturbs. And I have a few instants and sorceries. Not many, though. 6 instants and sorceries. I'm going to cut one of those guys, I think. I kind of like all my cards here. I have a Startle and a Consider as cantrip, so I'm going to kind of cut a land, I think. And I have an Eccentric Farmer to help me find lands. So yeah, we're going to run it like this, I think. We're not going to splash, because we only have like one Evolving Wilds, and I don't really want to play the random Jack-o'-lanterns. I could have had like a kind of splashy build. You want to try it like this. We'll see how it performs. I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my channel at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special shout out to those at the credits level. It is thanks in part to the patrons that I'm able to continue dedicating the time and effort needed to keep our community growing and thriving, and so I'm very grateful to the patrons for helping me do so. If you become a patron, you can even gain access to my card-by-card tier list for Midnight Hunt, which is a great bonus resource to help you gain a leg up on your competition. Patreon is transparent, it is easy to use, and it can be canceled at any time if your circumstances change, so there's no long-term commitment. If it sounds like something that would be of interest to you, it really does help the channel out a lot, and I highly encourage you to check it out at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Without further ado, let's get to the matches. Welcome to round 1. On the draw, we can't cast any spells, and it's a slow hand, so I'm going to mulligan this. This is much better. I'm going to get rid of the Phantom Carriage. I can shuffle my deck with Evolving Wilds later to get it back. But for now, I'm just going to keep the cards I can cast. Nice draw, perfect. Having a 2-drop is good. I'll trade off if they attack, or at least offer the trade. Whew. Clutched it at the last second. Had to dig pretty far for that 4th land. Bird Admirer. Reasonable card. They should have attacked with Timberland Guide first, just so I have to worry about them having like the Howl Pack card. Wow, they missed a land drop. I'm gonna do that. Just get my 4/4 out. That can block the Wing Shredder, threaten the double block. I guess this guy also threatens the double block. I'm gonna play this for now. Certainly want to mill that, so I'll grab the Nebelgast Intruder, I think. What's my plan of action here? So I'm going to play a land. The next turn I'll have a 6th land. I'll be able to play like Might of the Old Ways and something else. Might of the Old Ways onto this thing when I attack, and Nebelgast Intruder maybe. Well, Silverbolt looking really good here. What did they think was going to happen? Why would... That's just a really weird block to me. Maybe they just think that I'm going to wreck them with that card no matter what. But I'm just kind of confused, because, like, when does that block ever work out for you? Sure, 4/5. I'm gonna do this. Cash in my second 4/4. This thing's holding the fort for now. Just gonna keep developing my board, I think. Don't want to play this clear shot into open mana. I'm gonna do this so I can shuffle back in my other guy. And then I'm going to be cautious after this, because I've really extended into whatever board wipe they have, potentially. They have a board wipe. The rare is a pretty reasonable one. Okay, so now they only have 2 mana up. They have this thing plus another card. Let's see if they learned their lesson here from the last time they tried to block. Though, I don't know exactly what the correct block would be if you were worried about clear shot. Maybe you can't afford to play around clear shot. I don't understand. They must have a board wipe. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I just keep drawing, like, the hits keep coming, as they say. 2, 4, 7, 10, 14, 15, 16. 2, 6, 9, 12, 14, 16. I'll trade. I'll 2-for-1 myself. Goodbye, eccentric farmer. We hardly knew ye. Wow, just pretty good spot to be in there. Might of the old ways, doing work. Oh, man. It's been really fun, Cypher. I'm so glad you're enjoying my content. Okey-doke. Good hand here. On the draw, but we have a 2-drop, so we'll be fine. This is why having, I think, 6 2-drops is where you want to be. 5 is slightly pushing it, but my deck doesn't really need to win instantly, and I have a 1-drop. They do not have a 2-drop. If you don't have a 2-drop, you just kind of are instantly behind. If your opponent has a 2-drop. I can cast this next turn. That'll be a good use of my mana. Two damage is not worth the extra tempo advantage I get from using Revenge. Yeah, I don't want to Revenge that. I'll just consider. Decline. That card's really good. I'm going to do this one first. The logic being... I'm fine trading. I should have attacked first, though. The logic for that is that if I hit a land drop, I might not want to get another land with this. So you basically said, your creature is not allowed to attack. I will offer you the trade. That was bizarre. If they could counter this, that would be bad for me. I tend not to play around counter spells, though. And I get to mill Shadow Beast Sighting. Just absurd. I'm not going to attack into Nebelgast Intruder. Consider. Okay. Like, if they're not a counter spell, and they have 5 cards in hand, it's got to be something. So that's why I played around Nebelgast Intruder, even though normally I don't really. Imagine they played something really good and I just grafted it. I'm going to actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to Revenge the Drowned it, just because I get a lot of tempo that way. So next time I pretty much have to bring this thing back. This thing's gonna flip, I think. 1, 2. Oh no, I don't have 3 creatures. I should have factored that in. Could have just cast Shadow Beast Sighting flashback. Yeah. Okay. So that guy is locked, but I do have grafted identity for when I do find something I want to steal. Why, they just take it. Interesting. Oh, I don't have Cardboard Life turned on, Z, so if you want me to hover over a card, just let me know. Okay. Wow, they don't have anything wild. They're attacking. I'm a little confused because then I can't double block this. This is why I flashed this back the last turn, because now I can play this card and use the bolt. Deploying bolt. Oh, I could even... Actually, I don't have to do that. I can get my 1/2 flyer into play. Value of getting this one into play right now, it is better than the extra power from the 2/2. Because I'm going to try to end the game next turn. I I think, at least. That's my logic. And they concede. Could I hover over Death Bonnet Sprout? Sure. Ooh, we made it to Diamond. Let's go. Shine bright like a diamond. It's a pretty complicated card. Basically, you mill one at the beginning of your upkeep, and then if you have 3 cards, you transform it, and then you can start eating creatures to get counters. I don't have Cardboard Life turned on, Terry boy. It's not on your end. It's on the end where it's not turned on. I was thinking about it, and I figure if somebody in Twitch chat has a question about a card, there's a good chance someone watching on YouTube has a question about a card. And so if you ask me, I can then hover over it, and then the person on YouTube can also read the card, because YouTube doesn't have the benefit of being able to see Cardboard Live. So that was my logique. Also, I figured it might slow down my computer having Cardboard Live on to make it like more choppy or something, so I wanted to avoid that. Advanced Ooze from M21. It's kind of like Scavenging Ooze, but you can't like eat, like you don't get to like do it as many times as you want. It's kind of like the Scavenging Ooze. Also, Scooz is originally from another block, but I forget which block it is right now. Okay, we're going to keep this hand on the play. We do need to hit a land. And I've been kind of lucky hitting these in these spots today. So it could take a couple turns this time around, maybe. Yeah, it only costs 1 mana, though, which is a difference from Scavenging Ooze, and you don't have to pay to use it. Okay. So normally I would be happy to trade 2 damage for 1 damage, but my deck right now has so much value. I'm playing into white-black with a card like a small ball card like this. So I figure I can probably get an advantage over my opponent if the game goes longer, so I don't want to trade damage. And they're gaining life from this guy, so. Easy island here. I have a double blue card. So this doesn't even look that suspicious because I did miss a land drop, even though Nebelgast is going to make this card a joke. They could like Silverbolt here, attack me for 3, so that's like an appealing line, potentially. I'll get my Nebelgast down, sure. Don't really care about this. I would rather have a land, I think. For now. Oh, the 2/1 just doesn't have a huge impact when they have a bunch of 1 toughness things anyway, and 1 power things anyway. Bereaved Survivor doing work. That was a good draw. They do have this, though, which they can flash back. But that will take their whole turn. And they hit me for 4. Exile? It does. Could also just keep this thing tapped. I'll make them spend their whole turn doing that. Card's pretty annoying. They hit me for 4. And I can keep this thing tapped. Play Gale Drifter if I hit a land. Yep. Okay, nope. And I can Revenge the Drowned something, and then I can grab that identity. Rafted Identity. Hitting a land would have been good, though. Perfect. That's the perfect card to Revenge of the Drowned here. You did that land last turn. Wow, they didn't attack. That is huge for me. Flesh Taker, sure. You drain me for 1. This Flesh Taker is really a problem. Do I take damage whenever they sack a creature? Oh, they just gain 1, thank goodness. I guess I'm going to have to take the Flesh Taker regardless. Hmm. Hmm. I can use this to kill trade for that. Do I even want the 3/4? Ooh, something's happening. Hmm. I'll be in okay shape here. I can kill this thing with my fight spell, but I can sack this thing. Sure. I think this is what I need to do. I have to hope to draw something good. I did not. But I will get to sack to get a gain a life and scry one, which will put me out of range of this, so I'll get another draw step. And then I can find something. Can't use the sprout right now. That is a problem. Yeah, unfortunately we're dead. I do have a tier list spreadsheet for patrons. It's one of my Patreon rewards. Unfortunately, we did not get there this game. They managed to cross the finish line. This Rite of Oblivion was really good. But luckily, they did not attack, so we're still in it. I'm struggling to think of cards in our deck that could get us out of this. Maybe there's some board wipe I don't remember putting in my deck. I think I misnavigated that in the middle stages where I forgot that they would be able to sacrifice whichever creature I tried to steal with Flesh Taker. And so what ended up happening was I waited a turn on stealing their Flesh Taker and had to chump block an extra time, which was really bad. So I think I could have maybe cobbled a win together there, or done a little bit better if I had done that in a superior manner. We'll keep this. Get the Brownet Sprout going early. Going off the rails on a crazy train. Okay. Wow, Green Rogue, thank you so much for the subscription. 17 months. That's a long time. I really appreciate the support. And welcome back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, I wanted that card. I should have attacked, but I also don't want them to kill my 4/4. No! The Soul Guide Gryph, I've got to upgrade it. This card just always makes me feel super sad. Just consistently sad. There we go. Milling a creature. That's what your job is. Please double block. Thank you. Finally. Nope, no block. Look out. Look out. The elephant's on parade. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. The hits keep coming. My Death Bonnet Sprout's never gonna flip it this way. I'm gonna do this now, because if I draw a land, I want to be able to play the Phantom Carriage. It didn't block last time. I did just play the clear shot that they may have been afraid of, but trading a 4/4 for a 3/4 flyer is not a bad deal for me. I can trade with this guy. Also could contribute towards this one other guy flipping. This card's pretty good. I like it. No. Phantom Carriage can luckily still attack. Mill a creature. No! Oh no, the Triskaidekaphile. I don't know how good this card is. It doesn't feel that good to me. The Triskaidekaphile. Oh no, I milled my best card! Oh, this doesn't even flip because I cast my creature out of my graveyard. I'm so silly. What have I done? Okay. I mean, it's not a win condition. Let's be real. The 13 cards is a meme. But I guess drawing an extra card every turn can be nice. They drew 2 cards this turn with it. It just doesn't matter because they're so... Yeah. It's like, 1/3s are kind of hard to kill in this format. I feel like if you don't want to like use a premium removal spell. Olivia's Midnight Ambush doesn't hit him. Like I had that 1/3 guy, the Covetous guy that never dies. That 1/3 can turn into a 3/4, whatever it is. Boom, boom, boom. Blue-green has felt very good. That Soul Gryph, I'm going to have to start prioritizing that card because it looked kind of junky, but it's like consistently, like when you get to 5 mana is around the point where there's like a good card in their graveyard, or at least it feels like I always have a good card in my graveyard that it gets to nab. There was also some sort of thing that happened earlier that I have to check. I don't know exactly what it was, but I remember hearing the sound for it. There was like a notification sound. I'll check that once it's loaded. But I normally keep that off because it's just an extra program running on my computer. Oh, I got hosted by Glocks. Thanks, Glocks. Okay. On the play. Couple 2-drops. Then use my mana on. Gonna play the Hermit. I'm happier trading that off than any of the other cards. The Castaway. Perfect. We did win, we did win. I'll play this, start fueling the graveyard. We're both stuck on 2 lands, that's hilarious. No, don't kill my creatures, please! I have the Malevolent Hermit to protect. Malevolent Hermit protect. If they try to cast a Consider, I will counter it. Okay. They did a classic play. If your opponent... Oh, no, what's that? He mills the non-land to hit the land. He's a beast. That's a great trade for me. Okay, I'm not backlit or anything. Yeah, I managed to get the win. Clear shot came in clutch. Yes! The sprout. Oh no, because I took the card out of my graveyard. I'm so foolish. I always do that. I'm like, yes, 3rd card. And then it was like, oh, never mind. Okay. Ooh, Nebelgast not going to get me this time. What rationalizes that trade from the opponent? Because they don't want to just take 2 over and over. No! They might just play a land, yeah. Yes! And he's flipped. We're in business. The defenestrate. Not cool, amigo. I worked hard to accomplish that. I'm hoarding the organs. I just want a removal spell. I don't really care about casting this 5-drop. I've got plenty of stuff to do. So... What would you do if I ran out of blue? Oh, this guy's got 3 arms. I was wondering how he's holding up one bottle and also picking up another one. It's coming together. Get by with a little help from my friend. I think getting these tokens out of the graveyard as quick as possible against a lot of decks is the play. Hey. Andes, thank you so much for the subscription. 6 months. Thank you, thank you. certainly don't want to revenge that thing again. If I draw a land, which I greedily decided not to, I can play Clear Shot and Duel in the same turn and get a counter. I can Organ Hoarder punch something, and then I can the other thing. I can also double block on the ground, get my flyer back. But if they attack with this, I could just lock it in the cemetery. Keep him in the cemetery. That's where he belongs. Aye, the Archivist. Ah! The cobbling. Magic the cobbling. So what I can do is I could chump block this thing if he attacks with me, attacks with it, and then I could bring this back and get a fight spell with a counter. I think I'm just going to revenge something. The sweet power of revenge. Don't want to lock when they have Corpse Cobble necessarily. So I feel like this turn they're going to make a big attack and then Corpse Cobble together a giant monster. What? I'm so confused. Did they not think they could kill me in time? I feel like they definitely had lines where they could like try to pressure me. Just so confused. I do not understand. I don't understand. What was that? Pourquoi, Tony? Pourquoi? Oh my gosh. Life is so good right now. It's just like top quality. High tier lifestyle here we're living. Okay, perfect. Looks like chat is a little bugged out on this thing. What rationalizes that trade? Okay, never mind. It's not bugged out. I'm bugged out. You get to see the full screen stuff though. You were watching this video and you saw the full screen stuff. You're going to see how the onion is made. How the onion goes from a small OBS setup to a large video. I check all the stuff behind the scenes. Well, I can't cast this thing, but I can cast this thing. This is tough. I need to hit a forest in my first 3 draw steps. If I keep this hand, I would say. I do have stuff to do in the meantime. And I have Consider and Startle. I'm going to keep this hand. On the draw. On the play, I don't think I would. Well, that's a broken card. Hopefully. Maybe it's not as good as I thought it was, but it still feels pretty dang good. Sacrifice Bait-Hook Angler, steal their 4-drop. Land acquired. All these people I play against just don't have 2-drops. It really, like, is not optimal. You gotta have those 2-drops. Gas hands. Okay. Well, my plan revolved around drawing a land, and drawing all green spells has not helped my cause, so they could have a combat trick here. I'm okay with that. Wow. Trading your Death Touch for my 2/1 feels bad, but I don't know. Maybe they just have a master plan. Ah, the Celestus. It has become day. The Liberator. Oh, beautiful day. Oh, frabjous day. Kalu Kalay, he chortled in his joy. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. I like getting the Sprout going. I could have played the Wolf. I do threaten a double block on this guy, though. Maybe I was just supposed to play the Wolf. Probably would have been way better. I just see the Sprout. Gotta play the Sprout. Oh, baby. Oh, please attack with the Liberator. Oh, no. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, no. No! Oh! I have to kill this Liberator. Forest? Yes. Maybe now this pump spell for if I need it. Okay. Soon your Morkrit Behemoth. Whoa, wrong card. Wrong card. Soon your Morkrit Behemoth will be mine. I think that Decayed is a really good take on tokens. I think it makes it very interesting. It comes blocked. So you hit me for 5. I have 8, 10, 11. 2 creatures, so if I flip a creature, I win. Actually, I just win anyway. 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Woo! Grafted Identity coming in clutch. I just took your identity and used it for my own means. I watched The Miserables, and that movie had a lot of good songs in it. And if you fall as Lucifer fell, you fall in flames. That's kind of the moment I was thinking of. Also, with a mix of I can't feel my face when I'm with you, because that's kind of what the card looks like. Ooh, baby. Turn 1 Death Bonnet Sprout. Sign me up. We have all our colors, our lands. Our deck is rolling. Our deck is cruising. Cruising for a bruising. I don't even remember the match we lost. TBH. Oh, right. Never mind. We lost to a deck that just like went really wide or something. It was like an aggro deck. A white aggro deck or something. Something. Boom. First try. Though drawing a 2-drop would have been nice. Hermite. Oh, that would have been a good draw. I'm a little concerned about counter magic. Okay, Siphon Insight. I don't know. Whenever my opponent takes my cards, it's like always like a little bit of a worrisome moment. I'm like, what you gonna take? I don't need this consider. Don't need Startle. Although Startle would be good for getting me a disposable creature. And then I get an extra creature in my graveyard. So now if I mill a creature, this thing will flip. So I think that's the best. And it gives me a creature for Grafted Identity, even though it could be countered by the tournament. Okay, so they just got a land. Good to know. Didn't take the Scab. If I YOLO flip a creature, this could go really well for me. Do I YOLO? Do I go? Oh, did not YOLO flip a creature, but milling a land is still pretty nice because I don't want to draw it. Okay. That guy's a big guy. He's a big one, Mr. Grinch. So they're constrained on mana. If they play something big, we can take it. Use sacking our zombie token. If not, we can play our own big guy. Okay. No, the Sprout. So far. Being where you want to be. I like this play because now I can do this and this next turn. And they have to deal with my massive werewolf in theory. Taking the Horde could be good. Unless they have bounds, in which case it's really bad. But, you know, you do what you gotta do. Maybe the Sprout is just... I mean, the Sprout is just always kind of fun. Oh, never mind. Found a better target to take. Man, just stealing Morkert Behemoth always feels so good. It's just like, oh, yes, stealing it. That's a good card. Like, I hope they don't have a bounce spell, but like if they do, I still slow them down a lot. You make your home door. Mine is the path of the Lord. So I have 7 lands in play. I've milled 2 and I've played 1, so that's 10. So I have 6 lands left. So pretty good spell ratio here. I'm pretty far ahead on board, I'd say, as well. Just looking at my 8/7 Menace and my 6/5 creature. That gets bigger if they don't cast a spell this turn, which they totally should do. Sure. Hurtful. It's even exiled, yikes. Okay, so do I want to kill something on my end step? I could kill their 3/2. So if I kill their 3/2, then I attack with this thing. They can move block, block, and they take 9. And then I'll play my 4/4. Yeah, not killing the behemoth. Maybe they're hoping to draw a bounce spell. Alright. Zizo, thank you so much for the subscription, sharing that Twitch Prime. Welcome, welcome. A lot of new subscribers today. It's great. This is going well. That block is just not the best. Not the best block I've ever seen. So they have 1 creature capable of blocking. I think they're dead on board. On the board, they may be defeated, but in their heart, they are the voice of a champion. Oh my gosh, I forgot they got to exile that thing. Oh my gosh, it's so irritating. The 3/4. This card's been really good against me. Always just a massive problem, and there's always a random junker to sack to it. It feels like it just comes down on turn 5. It just clocks me. Not always a huge problem. Like sometimes I can deal with it a little bit, but Okay, so they're dead on board. Because of this menace. They could have the one blue bounce spell, which is why I chose that one. Because then they wouldn't be down on board. If I target it with the behemoth, I just lose then. But if I target with this and they bounce that, I kill them. And if they do bounce bounce this, then I kill them. So another victory. Any unexpected overperforming cards that stand out? The Might of the Old Way, or whatever that one's called, the +2/+2 has been really good for me. I've really liked that card. Also, the Duel for Dominance has felt really good. Both of those cards feel pretty good. Wow, 6-1! Let's go! Stretch. Oh, that was a good stretch. Ooh, whoa. Whoa. It feels pretty easy to enable if you work at it a little bit. Like you just need to have like a couple cards that help you get there. Like the one that can put a counter somewhere is super good for it. I really like that card in Coven stuff, dial decks. Yeah, that card's been performing well. The Nebelgast, guys, that card looked kind of junky. That card's been pretty good. -2/-0. Flash. On the play, don't have a 2-drop. Got a lot of expensive cards. Put them all at the same time. This is better. This card's a better mid-game card, and I have a more reliable early-game removal spell. Red has been solid, I think. All the colors seem pretty balanced. I don't think there's like a huge disparity at the moment. White, black, eh? That's really unfortunate. Always feels bad to have that happen when you mulliganed, but, you know, it's just the way of the world. We'll be fine. No, my silver bolt. They're gonna play something that exiles my graveyard, and I'm gonna be wrecked. It's going well, Suji. For me, what are the strongest colors in draft? I am not 100% sure. Still figuring it out. Yeah, we're gonna lose this game where they made us discard our cards and all that jazz. I'll just play my creature. Yeah, I can't block there because they'd sacrifice and... Yep. On to the final round. We're 6-2. We have the opportunity of a lifetime to win the match. Oh man, that was tough. That was a tough one. Cannot win them all though. Don't think the first hand would have done any better because it would have needed to hit some lands to be effective. But it would have been better against the discard. The discard card was pretty good there. Always good to make them discard when they're mulliganing. Yawn. We're 6-2, going for the trophy. Or the 7-2, the max win run. The big kahuna. Did that. Did that. Okay. Awesome, Suji. 4 a.m. donuts. Oh no. That doesn't sound healthy. We got a good hand here. Good hand. Let's go. And we're on the play. This is going to be great. I like this spot we're in. Ooh, the Burly Breaker. You want a chump block, buddy. I will help you make that happen. Deal. Wow, milled 3 lands. Wild. Okay. The contrast. They milled the lands, I milled the spells. But I'm just getting closer towards that great day. Oh, I needed that farmer to hit. It's costing me. It's costing me. Jeez Louise, there's just no lands to be found. If ever it becomes the night, my guy will be massive and hard to kill. For a blue-green deck, especially. So I do not have access to clear shot. could cast this on their guy again. Noon questions. What is a noon question? Okay. Fine with that trade. I'm gonna wait for them to go for this thing. I think. I mean, noon is pretty firmly in the day, Terry. Don't know where noon is where you're from, but generally experience it in the daytime. So I don't have Coven for this, but it's still going to be a massive fight. Oh, I messed up. I needed to make them pay the 3 first. Mistakes have been made. That could be costly. They still have to pay the 3 if they want to tap. I can cast this spell because it only is the active player. Oh, that's a big decline. Big time decline. I would like to see what you had got to offer me, Organ Grinder. I mean, Organ Hoarder. Big fan of your work, by the way. Ooh, nice. So this thing's lethal. I can double block this 5/5 if I need to. I should have attacked with the 2/3. I don't really need to block that. Okay. So I'm pretty confident they don't have an answer for the Demolisher, so I can attack with both. If they have to jump. Let's go, Demolisher. Getting the job done. How does it become night? Basically, you play a card that has Daybound. So, for example, I play Burly Breaker, or in this case, they played their Tireless Hauler. Then, if at any point the active player passes without casting a spell, it becomes night. And then it can become day again if the active player plays 2 spells. Did we get there? Did we get the good game? Did the Dire Strain Demolisher carry us to the victory? Oh. Ooh, 5. It's an 8/8. Oh my goodness. Massive. Wow, that's kind of insane. That card's huge. Okay. We might have gotten there. Yes! The game! The game! And the bait hook angler and the farmer. Who would have thought the farmer and the fisherman carrying us to victory at the end there when we needed them most? Classic agriculture teamwork. Wow, that's fantastic. They both have a little monster in the background. Well, I think we know what the hashtag for this video is going to be. If you made it all the way to the end of this video and you enjoyed it, and you want to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag the farmer and the fisherman to let me know you made it all the way till the end of the video, because that was the final screen, was the synergy between an individual who grows pumpkins and an angler who goes for dangerous fishing trips in infested waters. So if you were watching this on YouTube, leave that comment down below to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. Or you can come up with your own creative hashtag that reflects the majesty that was this draft. It was a really fun one. Getting to max wins is always a blast, and I was pretty happy with how this deck played out. Remember that if you did enjoy the video, you can help it out by hitting that thumbs up button. It helps the video reach more viewers, and you can also subscribe for more content here on the channel, including tons of Midnight Hunt stuff. You can check out my Midnight Hunt draft guide on the channel if you're interested in that as well. You can also click that bell icon if you do subscribe, or if you're already a subscriber, because it'll make sure you get notified when I post future videos. And my bell ratio is a little bit lower than YouTube says. It says the average ratio is like 6%, and mine's like 4.5%. So get the bell ratio up, that would be nice. Or I don't know. I don't really know what it does exactly, but I want to have a higher bell ratio so I'm not below average. Feels bad to be below average. But not in this run, which we got to max wins, which is above average, so fantastic stuff. Remember that if you would like to support my work and the channel, you can do so via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. You'll gain access to my Midnight Hunt card-by-card grade spreadsheet, which can help you in your own drafts. I do update it, so as I learn more about the cards, as things perform or underperform, I can adjust it, so it'll be a very good, helpful resource for you folks in your own draft if you want to have instant access to my perspectives on the cards. You can also support me by, if you have Amazon Prime, you can go to the Twitch stream and link your Amazon account and Twitch accounts, and then subscribe at no extra cost to yourself. So really cool benefit from Prime Gaming, because Amazon owns Twitch, and you can do that each and every month because it does reset. You can also find my articles, the free NicolaiBolas Discord server, and all of the extra goodies for my content in the description down below, including merchandise if you're interested in that sort of thing. It's linked in the description down below. So tons of cool stuff in the description if you are interested in checking it out, and tons of other Midnight Hunt drafts on my channel if you're interested in finding those. You can also check out the Twitch stream, obviously, if you want to catch me streaming live, interact with me, all that good stuff. That is going to do it for this draft, though. Ton of fun with that one. Burly Breaker did some stuff. Oh, let's do a little bit of card breakdown. It's always fun to do that. Phantom Carriage, we only cast it like once, and it was pretty good, I think. Just a 4/4 flyer is massive in this format. Burly Breaker, great in that last game. Just big body, hard to deal with a lot of the time. Shadow Sighting was great. I really like that card. Grafted Identity carried us a couple times, especially against those 7/6s. Then there's the Revenge of the Drowned, pretty solid. Organ Hoarder, fantastic. It always feels really good to cast it, very satisfying. Gale Drifter, just very solid card. Howl of the Hunt, we cast it. Like, we didn't really cast this card very much. I think it's probably worse than Might of the Old Ways just because it costs an extra mana, but we'll have to see. Farmer was great. Clear Shot was fantastic. Just blows people out. I liked the Nebelgast. I think this card's pretty solid, but I didn't really draw it in this draft. Wolf was solid. Might's good. Duel is good. I've been really impressed by Duel overall. Unblinking Observer, just medium. I mean, just solid card. Startle, solid. Hermit was pretty good. Cemetery, we had that sick play where we cast Startle and then cast Cemetery to tap the creature, so I could get my attack in. That was pretty good. Like the Angler, just a pretty solid card. I didn't consider the Sprout wasn't a super big performer in this deck, but because I didn't have the most self-mill, but it did do some good stuff. And then Bolt, pretty solid removal. That's going to do it for this draft, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.